Hello, everyone, and welcome once again. This is my second time today coming to you guys. And I'd like to say a very good afternoon or evening here from Ontario, Canada. And I'm so excited that you guys are joining us from wherever you are viewing us from. And those of you that will be watching the replay, I would do like that you please let us know where you are watching from. And so today, it's a very fantastic day because with me here today, I have somebody that is very important to me and my business. And before I let her introduce herself, so we'll be talking today about behind the scenes of Judith's success online business journey. So somebody that has been successful in the online business is coming here today to come and share her tips with us, what she has been through, what she has learned, and what made her think that this is a business that other people should look out for. So, without much ado, um, my name is Femi, and originally from Nigeria, and I used to work in the oil and gas industry as a directional driller, and now a full-time digital business owner. And so I just passed the torch to Judith Ishioma to introduce herself.
Yes. Thank you, brother Femi, for having me once again. Yeah, I know it's been a few years now since I came on here live with you.
Yeah,
So it's such an honor. Thank you so much. So
thank
my
you.
name is Ishoma, and I have been working in the online space for the last 5 years. So originally, I'm also Nigerian, and I've been based now in Canada for the last several years. So before I started this business, I was working in the manufacturing sector here in Canada. Oh yes, I'm in Canada. I'm in British Columbia, and for me, the reason I wanted to start this online business was because I just got to a place with my work that I just realized, you know what, I think there's more to life than the usual grind. And I guess I forgot to mention that yes, I do have a background in engineering, in chemical engineering. And so, yes, when I found this platform 5 years ago, I was blown away by what I saw, because I was like, wow, if people are making this kind of cool cash just from leveraging the internet, then a lot of people need to know about this and change their lives. And of course, I want to be at the forefront of it as well. And that was what inspired me to go ahead to start my business journey. And I can tell you, it's been an amazing experience. I can't wait to share more about it with you guys.
All right. I mean, I love the energy that you bring on every time. And you've just answered my first question without even asking you anyway, but I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, like in the course of your answering that first question or introducing yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
said that you just thought there was more to life
Mm-hmm.
than than um, than your 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, I had Aranet earlier on, and then we were talking about mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about how that most times, like okay, we started by saying that children between the ages of let's say 0 and 5, 6 years old, they believe that they can take on anything. They see you do something, they want to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
over time, we subconsciously culture their mindset to to limit them because we want them to be able to play it safe. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what has happened to most of us, right? We were told by our parents to go to school to get the best grades, get the best job, and then work the best jobs. But then what we discovered is that the best jobs don't necessarily make you rich, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, no matter how good they can be, they may never be reliable,
Mm-hmm.
And then number three, uh, when things changes in the world, as we experience things changing around the world now with inflation and all of that, we
Mm-hmm.
realize that one job may not really cut it. So you see a lot of people doing 2, 3 jobs, and then that also affects their health, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But like people, unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't really know where to say, okay, enough of this. I'm not saying they should leave their jobs, but at least to get to that point where you got to, I started
Mm-hmm.
looking for something else. Some
Mm-hmm.
people just feel so comfortable wherever they are and they just remain there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So at what point in your online business did it occur to you that this business was the perfect choice for you? Now you have joined the business, right? But I'm sure that when you joined, first of all, I mean, like you were, I mean, like you wanted it to work, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that you probably was, I'm like, you probably were not 100% sold out. Or were
Mm.
you?
Good question. you know, um, a lot of the time, and I'm going to answer your question, but I just want to give you a little bit of perspective, right? Because as a coach
Mm,
in our community, I get to onboard a whole lot of people, right?
mm,
And they always want to know, oh, how soon she has to be on the show. You know that, right?
yeah, I know,
Like
I
my
know,
hashtag.
I know.
So they always want to know, oh, how soon can I start making money? How soon can I start seeing results? And of course, the answer to that question is that it varies from person to person. So a lot of time, people just want something they can like get rich quick, get results
Mm-hmm.
overnight. Somebody was messaging me yesterday and saying that, oh, from what they watched, that they like the fact that they don't have to do anything and they're gonna make money. And I'm like, huh? What did you watch? Because no, you have to do something, please. you know so obviously, me coming into the business, I did not have that mindset that this was going to be an overnight success kind of
Mm,
thing. And I already kind of gave myself a timeline that I'm going to give this business 1 year. I'm going to do my best and follow all of the training that I'll be provided, give it my best effort, and see where I'm at 1 year from when I started.
mm,
And as God will have it, 1 year, if I before 1 year's time, I was already earning in a month more than I was earning from my full-time job.
wow.
So now I became one of the testimonies in the community that, look, if you actually apply yourself and
Mm,
apply the tools and the trainings and the resources that are being provided on the platform, that you can actually do great things. And I
mm,
started to ask myself, okay, so if I can actually earn this much, I'm talking about 5 figures, right? I remember that year on the 12th month, actually, I hit $16,000, and I wasn't making not even half of that from my salary. So I was like, okay, so if I'm working full time and I'm able to make this much as a part-time gig, how
mm,
much more can I even make if I actually make this a full-time gig? So I said, okay, let me give myself 1 extra year. The Nigerian in you, we still have that doubting Thomas, like, huh,
you
is
want to
this
look back a little bit?
so? Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me give this 1 more year, really see where it takes me. And then when I gave it 1 more year, again, this time around, it was even much, much more massive, right, than my expectation. So I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to stick with this platform. And it was at that point that I also made that decision to actually leave my employment, because I mean, the dream of every parent is to be able to watch your children's milestones,
Mm,
be present for them, and not have to sacrifice time with them for building somebody else's dreams. So at this point in my life, right, I'm at this stage where I'm just raising my babies. So I was like, okay, fine, this works perfectly, because now I can stay home with them, have that time flexibility, and still make a good amount of income. So that, I would say, was basically how I came to that point where I said, okay, this is it for me. But as you can see, it was not like an overnight success kind of thing,
mm.
right? It's something that I built over the years. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
And like you said, also, I mean, like when you came in, like you had a mindset that okay, you're going to work this for 1 year, but
Mhm.
while watching it for 1 year, you put in your best because you really wanted it to work,
Yeah.
you know. And then after 1 year, you saw good results, but then you decided to push it further to see what consistency was going to be like. You
Hmm.
saw it was consistent, and you saw that okay, this was something you could depend on, and then you decided to give it all your best. But
Hmm.
like before you said that, the first question you were saying that, I think it was this question that you were saying that somebody called you yesterday, and what I was asking you a question and was asked, and it was as though they expect that okay, everything will be done for them. They will just sit down and the money will start coming.
Yes.
I mean, how difficult is that? Or how were you able to answer that question? Because that sounds a bit difficult. It's a difficult question to answer. Not
Yeah.
that you don't know the answer, but being able to answer the question without and try not to disrespect somebody,
Hmm.
because I just can't get it that in this day and age, somebody will think that, I just open up a business and then it just starts making money.
Yeah. Yeah. How you want to know how I handle the person?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it sounds kind of funny.
It was funny and at the same time annoying because I'm like, how did you get that from the video I sent you? I sent him our webinar to watch,
Hmm.
right? And then he told me, oh, you have watched it. I'm like, okay, so what did you like best? And then he's like, yeah, the fact that I can just sit back and do nothing and still make money. I'm like, huh? And I said to him, okay, so no, 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 that's a wrong impression. Because in as much as we tell you from the webinar, we're going to do majority of the heavy lifting for you. We're building your website, we're setting you up with your training, with your email campaigns and all these wonderful things. You still have a little bit of a role to play. So I was straight up honest with him. I was like, you still have a little bit of a role to play. I now asked him, are you looking for something that you don't have to do anything and then you make money? Because right now, I guess I'm at this point in my business that honestly, I want to be straight up honest with you. If you're not ready to do the work, just go. you know.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, are you looking for something where you don't have to do anything and you're gonna make money? Then he said, oh, no, 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 no. It's not as if he's looking for something where he doesn't have to do anything, but that he just appreciates the fact that a lot of the things will be done for him. And then he understood what I meant, that he still has a little bit of a role to play. I said, okay, cool. Let's take it to the next step.
All right. Because if somebody says, you know what, you can start this investment or this business and you don't have to do anything, I mean, like, I will run away,
Yep.
because most likely going to be a scam, right? The
Yep.
only business that you probably think that, okay, you can invest in without you having to do anything is maybe if you are buying mutual bonds, or you have some kind of investments, like stocks and all that. But
Mhm.
even at that, you still have to check from
You
time
have
to
to
time to
watch
monitor the
exactly.
market, to know when to say, okay, I mean, I'm pulling out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, that sounds a bit strange, and I get that a lot too. I get that a lot, and it just makes me wonder that, do people just say that just because they're not interested, or because they are just looking for an easy way out of
Mm-hmm.
life?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I mean, I've not seen any business in life that one will do successfully without actually putting in effort
Yeah.
towards making it succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, what we have learned from mindset is that, like, your outward appearance, whether it's your performance or how life appears to be with you, is an expression of your inside,
Yeah.
right? What you
Yeah.
have done on the inside, what you have, how you have been able to, I mean, like, what you have inside of you, right? In
Mm-hmm.
terms of maybe mindset, like, I used to have a pastor when I was in Port Harcourt some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He used to say, I may be small outside, but I'm big on the inside. You know,
Oh.
That's, and because it was small statured, right?
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
like, don't think that I'm not a walkover. That's what he's trying to say, right? I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
walkover,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the same way, you can see, like, you can see two people. They look alike. One has better results than the other. The
Mm-hmm.
difference is what they have on the inside. So,
True.
like, most times, I think is the mindset, is the
Mm-hmm.
mindset of people. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I went through. I had a challenge with my mindset at some point in time. Even though some of these things, but practicing them, sometimes you get lazy. And thank God for our community, that gives you an opportunity, with masterminds, to go through something from time to time. Because
Mm-hmm.
at a point in time, you know, I know this happened to you some time ago, but you didn't, but, like, you handled it better. Because
Mm.
last time we spoke, I know that you used to be shy on camera too, but not anymore.
Abby.
You may still be shy, but at least not where your business, like, where it concerns your business. you know, because how can somebody be shy on how can somebody be shy with something that feeds you? You know,
Abi?
it doesn't make any sense now. But I mean, like I think I was at that point, when I felt a bit comfortable, like I mean, like when I say I felt comfortable, I thought I was in a comfort zone. I
Mhm,
was still holding back on a few things. I couldn't
mhm,
do a video, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. So I just limited myself. And then like you said also, like success from one person to the other, it differs. So like I slowed myself down because I wasn't willing to do certain things that other people were doing,
mhm.
which was the right thing for you to do because it's supposed to be your business, right? And you're supposed
Yeah.
to put your business out there for people
Mhm,
to know so that at least you can have the kind of result that you desire. But I
mhm,
failed to do that then.
mhm.
But thank God, I realized that, and then things change.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so as I'm asking you these questions, right, I'm just taking some time out to just chip in one or two things so that
Mhm.
uh, our viewers, will be able to have a full grasp of some certain things, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Mhm.
so now, so like I understand that okay, it took you about 2 years at the least before you left your
Mhm.
work since when you started this job.
Mhm.
So some people may be wondering
Mhm.
how how can you do this business and get the kind of result that you got and still be working?
Ah, good.
But you even had a baby then,
Mm.
you had a
Mhm.
baby then. And so like how were you able to balance the business with work and family?
Yeah, yeah. That's a very common question I get
Mhm.
too, because everybody is busy and everybody
Yeah.
likes to say, "Oh, I'm too busy. I don't think I can add on an extra thing." To be honest, with the way this business works, and I tell people this all the time, this is an internet-based business. The internet runs whether you are in front of your phone or your laptop or not, right? So the most important thing is come in, start, get set up. Okay. Now, when I say get set up, of course, these are things that we're going to help you do, and it's going to take maybe 2 to 3 weeks for you to have your website up and running. You have your business page up and running, and you have everything basically set up. Yeah, right. Automation. So when you have an automated system like ours, it makes it easier for you to combine it with your already busy schedule. So for me, it was when I was like on break time, if I, back then when I was working full time. So when I'm on lunch break or coffee break, instead of me to use that time to go and start socializing, I use it to work on my business, right? I
Yeah.
used to check on my business to see if there's
Opportunity cost.
exactly, right? Because I have a goal, I have a target in my mind. And so when somebody is telling me, "Oh, I'm too busy," then I have to ask you, like, what exactly are you busy doing? And how is that thing that you're busy doing serving you, right? Because it's one thing to be busy, it's another thing to be productive.
Mm,
Okay. Everybody has the same 24 hours given to them. But
yeah.
how you choose to manage your 24 hours is what separates you from the person who is winning. Okay. So if it means that yes, that's your lunch break at your workplace, you can sit down with your phone and your food, work on your business, eat your food, leave the gossip for later. Right? That's something you've done. That's probably 30 minutes of your day you've spent on your business. Then when you go back home, you take care of your family. I'm just saying based on my own experience, right?
Yeah.
I get back home, I take care of my family, feed everybody, send everybody to bed. Before I sleep, I put in another 30 minutes. When I wake up in the morning, I will try to wake up 30 minutes before everybody else wakes up. And guess what? I still do that today, even though I'm now doing this full time, right?
Mm,
Because I know that once my kids wake up, they'll need my attention.
yeah.
So I can't really focus at that moment. So I try to wake up before everybody else. I also go to bed after everybody else because I want to see what I need to work on in my business before I can, go to attend to other things. So at the end of the day, when you have a why, when you have a desire, when you have a goal and you have a dream, how badly do you want that dream? How badly do you want that goal? Because if you really, really, truly want it bad enough, the how will be easy.
Mm,
The how that you use to achieve that dream, it will just come to you naturally. Okay.
mm,
So, yes, if you're one of those people watching and you feel like you're already too busy, then you really need to take stock of your time. Take stock of your time, see where and where you are spending your time and where you can carve out just even 1 hour a day to work on your business, because the remaining 23 hours, the automated system will take care of your business for you. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like that's very important, like every time you talk, and as we're talking, I was just thinking about some other people that have some fantastic success stories, in our business, and I just, I mean, all I just see is determination, right? Because you know what you want and why you want it, and I mean, it's that's the people that want to lose weight but are not willing to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, and
Yeah.
then I just wonder, and I know, like last week I was talking to somebody and I was saying, like, what, you have a job,
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes you may feel very comfortable with your job even though the money may not be paying you very well, but
Mm-hmm.
like we have been conditioned to believe that at least at the end of the month salary will come.
Yeah.
According to our people, right? They say whether say any IB, by the end of the month, your salary will come. So people are able to plan on that, even though that may not change their lifestyle. It may not put them in a better place, in a better position that they want to be. But
Mm-hmm.
subconsciously, they are willing to compromise,
Mm-hmm.
the future that they could have
Yeah.
through the business or doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to compromise it subconsciously, because I don't want to use the word laziness, because that may sound harsh, but like it may be though, like maybe something like that, because like we just, I mean, like we're not willing to 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 push ourselves beyond what we think that we are achieving right now. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's why you see a rich man keeps getting richer, and then you see the otherwise not doing better,
Mm-hmm.
because the rich man believes that, okay, I must win all the time, not because he's selfish and not because he just want to accumulate funds, but because as he's doing that, right, he's looking at where other, I mean, like which other places, can I plug in these funds, and not because I just want to plug in the funds, but because if I plug in these funds, it could be an opportunity for other people to be blessed as well. Other people will get job and all that, but then it keeps growing, but at
Mm-hmm.
least he's thinking. But the other set of people are not just willing to make any move. So
Yeah.
like that's why I think they call that place, that zone, a comfort zone, which is very
Exactly.
dangerous.
Yeah.
So like the comfort zone doesn't necessarily mean that somebody is in a very good place.
Mm.
I mean, like some people are not doing well at all. Some people
Mm-hmm.
are doing 3 jobs,
Yeah.
but they're in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, some people are making a kill and still in their comfort zone as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I think that that's one of the major problems that we have with people. Why they tend not want to, like, they don't want to do anything that's out of the ordinary for them. But
Mm-hmm.
like what I've seen in the past few years, at least since 2020, is that I mean, you can't predict what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, like nobody will ever have thought that some government in the world, will ever fire their staff. There was a time when the belief was that if you got a government job, you were made. At least your job
Secure.
was secure.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
like not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Well, who knows what next may suffer?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like we are going through all this tariff now between Canada and US. It's
Mm.
not a good one. Nobody likes it, but it's happening anyway.
Yeah.
Like we don't have. I mean, like we don't have the power or the ability, to carve out a policy for us individually.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So whatever it is, so like yesterday I was watching the news, and then I was hearing some people that work in the auto industry, and how they were so concerned and all that, and I could just imagine, you know but like if you have something like this and you're doing well, I mean, like running it, why wouldn't you have just had that comfort, at the back of your mind that, okay, not
Mm.
that you wish it for anybody, because it's not a good place for anybody to be, but at
Mm-hmm.
least you have yourself covered.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I think it's not just about doing business and making extra money. It's about security for your finances and your future as well.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I really appreciate your time with us.
Thank
I don't want to keep it for too long
you.
because I see that little girl saying, "Sleeping for mommy." you know. So I just like to ask you just to say something to the viewers or to the people that will be watching later. Just say something. I mean, like, like, what word we are for them if you have to encourage anyone today?
Well, I feel like you've said a lot, actually.
Uh, no, uh,
You
so I
said a
should have
lot.
held back.
You said a lot that I even enjoyed listening to you say, because yes, a lot of people just remain in their comfort zone, and year in year out they just remain there. Just before I got on this interview with you, I was chatting with a lady who was telling me how she just paid her rent, and then when she looked at her bank account, there's pretty much nothing in there you know
Hmm.
and I'm like, well, first of all, it's good that you're looking for something, because that's how we connected, right? She's looking for a way to make extra income. I was like, it's good that you're looking for an extra way to make income, to make extra income, because some people would just some people would just remain there and say, well, that's life,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the comfort zone that we're talking about. And then, you know, that's not how life should be, honestly. You
Hmm.
should be able to fall back on, having the plan B, just like Brother Femi was saying, because you don't know when things would happen, right? You don't know if for example, now the landlord comes and say, hey, we're hiking the rent up, then what's gonna happen, right? So that's just an example based on somebody I had a conversation with. But you who is watching, right, the audience who is watching, you have to also look at your own life. You might be in a comfortable place right now. Obviously, maybe your rent or your mortgage is not a problem. All your car bills, all those extra bills, they're not a problem. And you have extra at the end of the month. But how about the future? Think about your future, because that future, so we say, is unpredictable, right?
Hmm.
So if something happens to your job, for example, are you still going to be in an okay place, or would you now be bankrupt? Because this is something that we hear amongst our fellow immigrants here in Canada and even in US. People who, because they didn't plan them for themselves and their finances very well, they go into bankruptcy, right? But here we are today, providing you with an opportunity of a lifetime, an opportunity for you to start now, to prepare yourself in case something happens in the future to your income source. And then you have a plan B. Nobody's saying that you have to go and quit your job. If you're
Hmm.
somebody who loves your job, you love your career, you're passionate about it. Maybe you're somebody who have spent the last 30 years and you just have 5 more years to get that to go. That's fine. Just have this as a plan B, because honestly, again, if you even look at the pension plan, if you're somebody who is working towards
Hmm.
retirement, if you look at your pension plan, honestly, when you look at your pension plan, it is not that encouraging. That's why a lot of retirees end up coming back to the workforce and keep on working for years, right? So there is nothing wrong with having an additional source of income. It's no longer a luxury, it's actually a necessity, right? So that you can keep up with everything that is happening in the world. And so, my one word of advice to those of you who are watching and those who are going to watch the replay: make sure to take action. Get out of your comfort zone. I know some of you watching might be saying, is this how I'm going to be putting my face on camera? This is a very common concern amongst a lot of people. You don't have to put your face on camera. Thank God today we have so many different tools. We have AI, we have
Hmm.
faceless marketing. There's so much resources and trainings that we provide for you, that you can pick what you're comfortable with and still generate an extra source of income. So yes, get out of your comfort zone, take action, and your future self will thank you for that.
Thank you very much, my sister. So, yes, I really want to say a big thank you to you for giving me this opportunity. The opportunity to have you, here with me today, despite the fact that you have some little ones that you have to attend to.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. And then I just like to say a big thank you to everyone that may be watching or those that will be watching later.
Mhm.
And you heard all that she said. Take action. There's nothing that's wrong with you having more than one source of income.
Mhm.
Like nobody prays for you to lose your job, but if you make anything extra, I mean,
Mhm.
God no go vessel. You're the best.
Yeah,
So I mean, like this is why we pull the curtain now. Just to
yeah.
say, just say a big thank you to you all, and then till we see you next time. Cheers and God bless you.
God bless you.